Good morning, everybody from the garden. I'm doing something I've never done before, but totally excited about it. I was watching In My Gardener the other day. I was talking about plants that you could plant in July in hopes for a fall crop or in expectation of a fall crop. And I recently did a midsummer pantry inventory to see what I needed. And those two things collided because he mentioned tomatoes, early season for sure. I can't remember if he mentioned mid-season, but it feels like he did. And after doing my pantry inventory, that's something that I really need a lot of. And while I planted well over 30 tomato plants, I know I've accidentally topped a couple of them, accidentally pruning. So I'm not expecting any more tomatoes on those than are needed. So I'm not an expert tomato gardener, just to let you guys know. And I will never pretend to be. I'm still learning what it means for early season, mid-season, late season, what it means for determinate versus indeterminate, and how to manage them for the maximum production. So what I went and did is every week we go to TSC to get feed. That's Tractor Trailer Supply. It's our local feed store near us. And they've had these tomatoes sitting outside ever since the beginning of time, since gardening season. And no one was buying them. And I look at them and I was like, oh, I wish I had a place to put you. Well, I've decided, and I don't know if I'm going to live to regret this, but I've decided that I'm going to, where I pulled my peas out, I harvested more compost, I'm going to plant these tomato plants here. I bought, I think 8 Better Boys, which are a mid-season, I believe, indeterminate variety. So I'm going to get those in. They're a meaty tomato, considered a slicer. That doesn't bother me much. I'll use them canning just the same. I'm seeing another tomato stalk behind you guys, chewed up. We've been coming out every night harvesting, or Todd has been looking for caterpillar worms. What do you call them? Oh, the tomato hornworms. Darn it. Oh well, back to topic. So I'm going to show you guys how I'm planting those. I really enjoy just the feeling of planting a plant versus a seed. It's gratifying. We got through the super high heat of the weekend. It's supposed to be mid to upper 80s. I've had these now for 2 or 3 days, just nursing them on the back porch through the weekend so I could get to today and plant. But then I have another set of plants. I'll show you what I'm going to do with those as soon as I get this done. So what I'm doing is, rather than amending the entire bed with compost, I'm just amending each tomato plant hole to plant my tomatoes in. So these tomato plants I spaced 24 inches apart. I plan on letting them grow pretty freely without too very heavily of pruning, and hopes that I get a really good yield out of them. So I'm all the way down to original earth. Alrighty. Nice. I want to show you guys in this hole how much good top layer I've been able to add since managing this garden 4 years ago. Right here is a nice line where this is natural, the original earth. It's very just sand, really. And then you can see all this beautiful black layer. Let me see if I can get in there. Oops. It's really nice, beautiful, loamy soil. And this is just years of straw and barn clean out. This year we added some, and compost through the years. This year we added a very heavy layer of compost and added some peat moss. So it's naturally pretty light, beautiful soil. But what I brought out was a small little coffee canister of compost. I'm going to put my, put my little helping of tomato food in the hole. Mix that up in there. And then we're gonna put our tomato plant in. Let me put you back on the tripod. And if I didn't finish saying, I think that's a good 4 to 5 inches of good compost soil mix we've been able to make on top of this garden bed. Okay, let's get this little guy out gently. And I'm gonna just take his bottom leaves off. He's very mature, so I am not going to bury him like I would a normal young tomato start. Should have brought out my pruners. I just don't want any leaves near the soil layer. And no telling how long he's been sitting out at TSC, so some of these leaves looked a little stressed. So, okay, put him in, and then we'll just, instead of backfilling all my natural soil, I'm just gonna backfill around with compost. He'll have a beautiful, healthy start to life. Once Todd's up and around today, maybe at our lunch break, we'll come out and give him some staking. Okay, grow well, friend. So I'm going to do that with all of these, and then bring you guys back, show you how they look, and I can't wait to watch them grow with you guys. Hopefully this really is what I need to make sure that I can restock my pantry with all my tomato products that I'm looking forward to do this year. And then the rest are peppers that we're going to try to get planted for a potential increase in our harvest. Okay, hopefully they show up good on the camera. There's the first one, and they go on down. So I think it's gonna work. I think I have enough time in my season. So our first, it's July, what, 19th-ish maybe? And our first frost date isn't until October 10th to 15th time frame. So I've got a good solid 3 months. I think that hopefully I'll get a decent harvest off of them. But guys, look what I just spied. My first tomato, totally blushing. So cute. But my tomato plants are doing really well growing with the beans. They're not, I wasn't quite sure how that was gonna work out, but I think one of the benefits that I'm getting is the bean plants are keeping the tomato roots nice and shaded. So they've not suffered a whole lot during this heat, from heat stress or anything. So I'm happy with how that's working out this year. So let's go plant these pepper plants. I honestly have no idea where I'm going to throw them. I've been thinking and thinking. So let's go do those, and then we will be done for today's gardening day. So this bed right here, are you guys zoomed? No, okay. This bed right here is where my Dixie butter peas just went. I got sunflowers, zucchini, cabbage, a few random beets in here. I don't have a ton of space, but I think I'll at least put 3 in this bed. And then I think if you guys can see, that back onion bed has peppers in it. This front onion bed, just for consistency, I think I'll put the other 3 in there. I was hesitant to put any of them in my raised beds just because I do want to get crops that I can try to really extend the season this winter with a cold frame in a couple of them. So, we'll see. I might think about it while I plant these out. Okay, this one is a habanero, so I think what I'll at least do to help it out is I'll prune off some of these lower sunflower branches to give them some more light. Oh, that one's really root bound. Okay, hopefully you can tell I already have 3 pepper plants over here, so I'm just going to fill in this space. These onions will be done shortly and I'll be able to get these out and out of the way, but I just have 3 more red peppers to plant and we will be done for the morning. So anyway guys, I hope this gives you a quick idea that if you have free bed space, you're not quite ready to plant your fall crops, it's not going to get in the way of your planting idea, and you still need some more pantry staples, this is a great time to find plants at greenhouses and nurseries on clearance, to just go ahead and plant them and hope for the best that you can get a great harvest still yet with the remainder of the season that you have. Thanks guys for coming out to the garden with me today, and happy growing.